Well, the government has gazetted draft constitutional amendment number 3 bill.
And our look at business. Government launches Zimbabwe Entrepreneurship Exchange to help small firms access capital.
When we bring you sport, we're looking ahead. The ICC Cricket World Cup, it's been a wonder for Zimbabwe. Well, they're playing against Ireland. We'll give you a preview of what to expect in that encounter. But let's start with the top story tonight. Now, the construction of dams across the country is on course with Mashonaland Central Province, Semwa Dam set to widen irrigation projects and uplift people's livelihoods.
Our first report tonight.
Water harvesting techniques and agricultural activities have been given impetus through dam construction, with hydroelectric power generation one of the long-term goals. One such example is Semwa Dam, which is designed to hold 260,000 megaliters of water and expected to alleviate water challenges in Mashonaland Central Province.
On the Rushinga side, about 12,000 hectares. Then on the other side, across Tinemon Darwin, they will also be benefiting 12,000 hectares of agricultural land. The same applies with Kurushinga. Saga doing that, maybe near the food security. The young address was a Simba, Nichi, project here.
Chekutanga zvichatapudza nzara tinenge taane madiridziro zvoreva kuti chechipiri uraramo hwevanhu chaivo chaivo huchashanduka because tichakwanisa kuwana mvura yekunwa.
Tamiri parichapera richavandudza upenyu hwevanhu akawanda nekuti kwariri kusvika kuchaita maplots akasiyana siyana achabatsira vanhu munharaunda.
Semwa Dam, it's a gravity dam. Iro ndo kofa dam redu ndo retakaita so far progress redu takaisa blind concrete dam redu kureba rakareba depth yaro it's about 73 meters, throwback yaro rino cover about 13 kilometers.
Mashonaland Central Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution is excited about the prospects that lie ahead.
The province has achieved a lot, looking at infrastructure such as dams. As we speak right now, Semwa Dam is at 40% completion. And it's one of the big dams that are under construction, which will service more than 4,000 hectares. That will also widen our irrigation area as a province.
Ensuring sustainable water availability and safe sanitation systems to achieve the goals of Agenda 2063 is the new theme launched at the just-ended African Union Summit. President Emmerson Mnangagwa is convinced Zimbabwe is on the right track, noting the country has done well in the construction of dams which support agricultural activities.
Africa's main lifeline is agriculture. And agriculture, modern agriculture, can best be improved through irrigation. And the irrigation depends on damming of water. Zimbabwe has done well in that regard, but it remains a challenge to many African countries to have more land and agriculture, because the issue of weather is not easy to determine whether we are going to have good weather or not. But if you have enough irrigation systems in the country, and the objective is that each country must have enough land and irrigation to safeguard its own food security through irrigation.
Located on Ruya River, Semwa Dam is expected to be completed by 2028, serving mainly Rushinga and Mount Darren communities, and is seen as crucial in climate-proofing agriculture and enhancing rural industrialization. Olin Ndori, ZBC News, Rushinga.
The government has gazetted the draft Constitutional Amendment Number 3 bill, paving the way for it to be tabled before Parliament following cabinet approval last week. The bill seeks to, among other things, extend the presidential and parliamentary terms from 5 to 7 years.
It is in this august house where the Constitutional Amendment Number 3 bill will be tabled in the next 90 days. This will give a platform for parliamentarians to seek public opinion regarding the bill. Parliamentarians are eagerly waiting for the bill, saying it is not unique for Zimbabwe, according to the proposals that were tabled before cabinet.
Chitarisa amendment iripo iyi tikutonyatsoiona kuti amendment ine benefit kunyika, because mukatarisa mairi president wanenge wakuita zvokuvhotwa neparliament hazvisi zvokumuzimbabwe chete izvozvo.
Tinokuirindira bhiri yakutekwa 2030 ngaingirire kunembo turi kuambira kutekwa turi zibwene ziri kuchitikana tetu akazipe atara ziborani tetu akazi atara zikoro tetu akazi atara muzikirinika lino twari kulira marodi ino marodi aliko pambwa onse maboda kuliko eni pakapoto. So vision 2030 iro kwamba president team nangagwa inkirire kunembo ngambo bibakitalika so twabona kutekwa no vaide kuti binkirira nembo kuti onse mtu imwana onse mayouth onse ni akomene kali muni chicho kachijisimboli mayouth sikuti vapati kabitwa komena mayouth azibe twasiye achigaba chiri kapo tubanikeni.
Thina sililindele eParliament leli bhili ukuthi libuye sisebenze ngalo siliphumelele futhi ngoba sikhangelele ukuthi umongameli athi abuyele emsebenzini simbisele thina njengeParliament emsebenzini ayesebenza wenzela ukuthi aqedise imisebenzi yakhe.
Others believe the Constitutional Amendment Number 3 bill is critical for fostering development as well as ensuring policy continuity among the leadership.
Constitution yenyika inotubvumira kuti kana pane zvinenge zvichifanirwa kugadziriswa zvaonekwa kuti zvingabatsira nyika yese zvakangonaka saka takarimirira.
Ayisithi sodwa esiqala ukuvotela amaparlament aqala ukuvotela amapresident kule Botswana kule Lesotho kule South Africa lamanye ama-countries avotela upresident eparlament. So kithi asithi sede Zimbabwe siqala ukuthi sikwenze lokho ibhili lelo silimelela ukuthi silidiphethe and siyalisupporta thina njengama-members of parliament.
Among other provisions, the bill seeks to extend the presidential term from 5 years to 7 years, same as that of parliament. The bill also seeks to ensure that the president will elect 10 senators to make the number 90 from 80. The Constitutional Amendment Number 3 bill will take away the powers from the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission to the Registrar's Office for the voters' roll. The establishment of the Zimbabwe Delimitation Commission will also come into play. Bruce Jawanda, SABC News, Manda Update.
Now, the people of Mashonaland South Province have described the late national hero, Brigadier General retired Samuel Mpabanga, as a man of integrity whose love for the nation was undeniable.
A somber atmosphere engulfed the Mapate community as scores of people gathered to give a befitting send-off to the late national hero, Brigadier General retired Samuel Mpabanga, who died on the 9th of February. The community braved the chilly weather to pay their last respects to a hero they described as a man of integrity, a liberator, and a man of the people.
Sonke isikhathi ngangekho ngiyowejela ubizohlala ekhaya ngizihlalele ekhaya so sesizawuswela konke lokho
newethu zakuthi ubhutusem ngisathule kodwa sasimuntu ngubhutusem wayemuntu othuleyo kungasukuthi uthule ulolaka kumbe ulolunya owathefu ungasondela phansi kwakhe wasokotho
imuntu anane buthu ngwanakhe anane buthu kamata kamata re rutwa botuku kamata
arina monate ka baka la re rai ba re lekhawe le fela bokhawe ke a thagala ka lona ka re ke le bone le re ke lekhawe le helete
ho rena rutwa ntshale re ne mafulufulu re tshagala ka engwe taba ka gore o re file sethons kungakhathalekile vele ube lokho engumntwana walapha ekhaya ukuthi angafika vele lokhana kwesikhundla kuyabe kungekho uyabe efika njengomntwana fike lawo lo hlupho lwakho akuncedise lapha akwanisa ukuncedisa khona nxa engakwanisi futhi athi ukuthi hayi ungaya laphana lapho ungathola khona uncedo.
The late national hero whose Chimrenga Umvukela name was Comrade Mofat Nkomo joins a long list of cadres who rose to become national heroes from Kwanda South, like the late Major General Solomon Siziba and Comrade Haiten Nkomo, among others.
We are deeply honored that one of our own has been recognized among the heroes of our land. He was a mentor, he was a neighbor, he was a family man, he was a pillar in his community. His life reminds us that independence was not handed to us on a silver plate.
The late Brigadier General retired Mpabanga was born in 1956 in Kwanda and did his primary education at Mapate and Bedbridge primary schools. The late national hero joined the liberation struggle in 1977 and trained at Mulungushi camp. The body of the late national hero, Brigadier General retired Samuel Mpabanga, has been taken to Blawa, where it will lie instead, awaiting to be airlifted to Charles Kumbo Barracks in Harare, where the body will once again lie instead ahead of burial at the National Heroes Acre on Wednesday. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Kwanda.
May his soul rest in peace. Now, ahead of the SADC Energy Week to be hosted in Victoria Falls next week, attention is turning to how sustained investments in renewable energy are already transforming critical public services, with the health sector emerging as a clear beneficiary of the country's clean energy drive.
As Zimbabwe counts down to the SADC Energy Week, these solar panels tell a story of transition. Across the country, government has accelerated the deployment of renewable energy in public health institutions, reducing power outages and improving health service delivery.
After the installation of the solar panel, it has helped us a lot because we no longer have any challenges where electricity is concerned. And it covers all the critical areas. It covers the wards, it covers theatres, it covers autoclaves, and even the School of Nursing. So even our students no longer have challenges for when they are starting because electricity is continuously available. This plant is about 350 kilowatts, meaning that it's quite huge. It can even be given to other areas, helped even the patients. As you know, that can you imagine if a patient is in theatre and then you get an electrical power cut, what will happen to that patient? Now we no longer have those challenges. Whether there's power cuts or what, we are constantly having electricity, which has really made it easy for even the nurses and doctors to work in the institution.
The SADC Energy Week runs from the 23rd to the 27th of February, bringing together ministers, experts and private players from across the region. Yolande Moyo, ZBC News.
Now, China's move to scrap tariffs on all imports from African countries has been described as a key intervention that will boost Zimbabwe's economy through enhancing earnings from exports.
In a demonstration of the growing trade ties between China and Africa, the Asian giant has extended its zero-tariff policy to all 53 African countries. This is intended to increase trade volumes between China and Africa. This policy was only applicable to just 33 African countries, and Zimbabwe was not included under the previous policy framework. Zimtrade's trade and intelligence analyst Kudzai Magwenze give us an analysis on how this situation was impacting on other key export products, including tobacco.
Macadamia has been charged 24% in terms of export duties. Then we look at citrus, which we're experiencing around 12 to 24% in export tariffs. Then tobacco, which is being charged 10% in tariffs.
Last year, export earnings from China exceeded US $2 billion. And Kudzai explains that once negotiations succeed, Zimbabwe is likely to see an increase in export earnings from China.
Once we have zero tariffs, it means our pricing will be lower improving competitiveness, which improves the demand for our products in the Chinese market.
International relations expert Mr. Lazarus South says the deal comes at the right time when Africa is at the risk of losing some of its traditional export markets, citing the Africa Growth and Opportunities Act, AGOA, which is set to expire soon.
Most African countries were and are still trading with the United States, and as per tradition, when it comes to financial institutions or financial architecture, the US maintained higher tariffs, and it affected some African countries in terms of development. Remember, AGOA expired in 2025, and it was renewed to December 2026. Meaning some African countries are going to benefit from the move, whilst others are going to lose business.
The process to start the negotiations of the harmonization of these new trade regulations are expected to start soon. And by the end of April, Zimbabwe is one of the African countries that is set to benefit from this China's zero tariff policy, while other global economic giants are pursuing a trade protectionism. China has shown that it is indeed an all-weather friend to Africa, including Zimbabwe, which has maintained cordial relations with the Asian economic giant. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
The government has gazetted a statutory instrument that effects the ease of doing business reforms in the tourism sector.
It is a new dawn for the tourism sector following the gazetting of a statutory instrument 27 of 2026 spelling out new license fees and levies as directed by President Emmerson Mnangagwa last year. According to the new policy, government has slashed the license fees for hotels, with the new fees are now ranging from $200 United States for a one-star facility to $2,000 United States for a five-star hotel per annum. The same slashing of fees applied to designated tourism facilities as well as lodges and guest houses. Tourism expert Dr. Emmanuel Fundira has described the ease of doing business reforms as a commitment by government to attract more investments.
The taxes have been simplified, streamlined, reduced to a point where it's much easier to do business. Why? Because now operators are able to contain costs and apply some of those costs towards capital development and increasing business activity. What is also key here is that by so doing, this promotes tourism growth. And when we promote growth, it means we can also create employment, increase more activity, and also enhances price competitiveness in the regions.
University of Zimbabwe economics lecturer Dr. Moses Chuno says that the reduction in registration fees reflects the government's commitment to attract more global investors.
The reduction in cost simply means tourism players can now do better business. That means they can price their products lower, which means more people can actually afford to use those facilities. Secondly, it also has a bearing in terms of informality. A lot of people were running away from the high costs. Once they are affordable, that means they will come on the front and government will be able to collect more revenue.
The streamlining of the tourism industry costs comes after Zimbabwe was ranked by a top global magazine Forbes as the world's best country to visit in 2025. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
Now, the government is set to construct 150 new schools this year after achieving last year's targets of 120 schools, with powerful public-private partnerships in Shamva expected to bring these efforts one step closer to reality.
What began as a dream aged in dust and determination on 6 May 2024 now stands tall in brick and mortar.
This follows construction of Ritokwe Primary School, a 15-classroom facility with 8 teachers' apartments. Residents of the area welcomed the new development with open arms.
Tine manyuku zvisingaite maererano nechikoro chatinacho chiri pano chinodadisa zvokuti unototi dai ndandidzoka kuita mwana mudikika ndatombodzokawo ndatangira kuECD.
Government ministers visited the school this Monday and commended seamless collaboration between the state, private sector and residents.
We value infrastructural development. It is in line with our key result areas, and public-private partnership is a strategy that we are using. So we are expecting that in 2026, we are targeting to build not less than 150 new schools. Last year, we built 120.
A private miner avakira muri yeshamva chikuru chemhando yepamusoro. Tinozvikurudzira even president wedu Dr. Mashonaland vanogara vachitaura nyaya infrastructure development. Saka naizvozvo takatarisa vision 2030. Ava vauya private companies vari kubatsiridza kuti tisvike ipapo.
Canterbury Mining is confident that beyond bricks and budgets, the project delivers dignity, safety and opportunity.
We are very excited and happy because we have been part of a community that is part of a vision of the president, a community that understands the vision of the president that nyika inovakwa neve nevayo. So our journey has been very smooth. The community is doing its part, has been doing its part, and we also have been funding and doing our part.
432 learners once learned here at Nerera School in cramped conditions. However, a new chapter is unfolding as on Monday they transfer to their new school.
Vana vedu vanga vachidzidza pano asi tiri kufara zvikuru uye vabereki vari kufara nekuti minista vauya vatorerai moyo vataura kuti nemande vana vedu vakutanga kunodzidza pa-new school pazvitokwe primary.
As government and private sector partners continue to align vision and resources, Zvitokwe Primary School stands out as a lasting testament that public-private partnerships can bring about lasting social development. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Shamva.
The Zimbabwe Youth Council has described the National Youth Day celebrated on the 21st of February every year as an important platform to advance and recognize the importance of youths as a critical pillar in national development. This year's commemorations of the National Youth Day will be held at Igava Training Center in Marondera under the theme Youth Agenda for Transformation. Zimbabwe Youth Council Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Brian Nyangwande, speaks on the importance of the day.
As you know, sometime in 2017, the Second Republic declared the 21st of February a national holiday. This is a significant day in which the government of the day discovered that youth are the biggest demographic in this nation, and development cannot happen in the absence of young people. And as such, the day was declared for us to take stock in terms of valuing the contribution that young people bring to the table for us as a nation to attain our national development goals. So as such, it is a day that is very important. As you would know, I would say Zimbabwe is leading in terms of setting aside a day which we then commemorate the contributions of young people.
Now, Zimbabwe's tobacco landscape is shifting as farmers in traditionally dry regions like Matabeleland, North Midlands and Masvingo are now venturing into the crop, indicating broadening of participation beyond the usual tobacco belts.
The expansion into dry and non-traditional regions marks a strategic shift in the nation's agricultural landscape as more farmers move away from traditional staples to the high-value golden leaf. For a first-time tobacco farmer in Matabeleland North District, the decision was driven by adaptability and opportunity.
In Matabeleland, we're able to use more natural resources to dry the tobacco. So this is the first season that we'll be trying this. This is a big undertaking, and we hope it will be successful. And we hope to try and get other small-scale farmers in the area to try and join as well for the following season.
The surge in regional participation has contributed to a record-breaking season, with 162,000 hectares planted this year, compared to 144,000 last season. Beyond mere production, the government is calling for a radical shift towards sustainability and industrialization through value addition.
What we would want to encourage, obviously, is to say that when we grow this leaf, we must not just sell leaf, but we must also venture into value addition, even primary value addition, where we just cut it out to have cut rags. But if we can get to the tobacco and cigarette sticks, even better. But we must value add and beneficiate our tobacco. So the more production we have, the more we must also have of value addition and beneficiation. We must also ensure that whilst we open up land for tobacco, we focus on the energy efficient curing methods. So here in Matebeleland, I'm happy that it's almost 100% solar use.
With the massive harvest of over 360 million kilograms expected this year, the official tobacco selling season is set to commence on March the 4th, a season that promises to be one of the most robust in recent history, characterized by high-quality yields and a more inclusive geographical footprint. Iland Moyo, ZBC News, Umguza District.
Now, do remember we have various social media platforms where you may catch up on all the local, regional and international news that we are tracking for you here on ZBC TV. Log on to our website www.zbcnews.co.zw. On Facebook, X, YouTube, you may find us. Our handle at ZBC News Online.
Yep, and this is what you can look forward to on this bulletin after the break. Well, the government will be launching the Zimbabwe Entrepreneurship Exchange Program to help small firms access capital. And later on, we'll be looking at your sport. We're looking ahead to the match between Zimbabwe and Ireland at the ongoing T20 World Cup after that successful stint against Australia. Let's see what is lined up tomorrow. Join us for that and more when we come back.
Zimbabwe is on the move, building today for a stronger and more resilient tomorrow. The Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development will commission the Skyline Asphalt Plant in Harare, a strategic investment to strengthen national road construction and maintenance capacity. This is the first of several plans, with the next in Bulawayo, rolling out across all 10 provinces. The facility will produce asphalt concrete for pothole patching and road surfacing, enabling swift, efficient response to national roadworks. In-house production ensures quality and timeliness. Through infrastructure modernization, government is creating jobs, empowering communities, and advancing sustainable development aligned with Vision 2030. The Skyline Asphalt Plant marks a significant step towards a prosperous, connected, and industrialized Zimbabwe. In coming weeks, Ministry and Harare City Council teams will be in Waterfalls, Glenview, Budiriro, Highfield, and other suburbs, upgrading connectivity and improving traffic flow across the city. Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development, building Zimbabwe kilometer by kilometer.
Chibamu Transport and Logistics, based in Goromonzi, is looking for experienced truck drivers. Applicants must have clean Class 1 or Class 2 driver's license, at least over 40 years of age, and a holder of defensive driving course certificate. Send your CVs and copies of certificates to 0785 755 926 or email us at chibamulogistics@gmail.com.
Every day, millions of moments travel through the air. A call home, a payment made, a lesson learned, a life saved. But behind each moment is something steady, something quiet, unseen, unshaken, powering connection, supporting lives. This is Econet Infraco, Zimbabwe's largest private infrastructure group, comprising towers, power, and real estate. We build and operate the essential systems that hold the country together with scale, certainty, and purpose. We bring together 3 powerful engines of progress under one roof. Towers that carry the signal, clean energy that keeps it alive, and foundations that hold it all in one place. Because behind every connection, every transaction, every step forward, there's a quiet force. Econet Infraco, built for resilience, designed for growth.
At CBZ Bank, we understand the unique challenges and needs of those in the mining sector. So we offer a comprehensive suite of financial services tailored specifically for this sector. Our lease finance scheme lets you easily acquire heavy mining equipment without breaking the bank. And with value chain financing, we help streamline your operations by providing funds for input suppliers and buyers within your supply chain. Need extra cash flow? Our overdraft facilities are here to help bridge any gaps in capital while you wait on payments from clients or investors. But that's not all. We also provide insurance services to protect against unexpected events that could disrupt your business, risk advisory and financial advisory services to ensure wise investments and strategic planning. CBZ Bank is committed to helping you succeed in the dynamic mining world. Trust us to be your partner every step of the way. CBZ Bank, partners for success.
Fire Net 1. Every $10 recharge brings you closer to amazing prizes including smart TVs, cell phones, and the grand prize solar kit. See Net 1 online platforms for details.
Feel the fun. Enjoy. Enjoy.
Terms and conditions apply. Net 1. The world in one.
Welcome back. Government has called on public entities to intensify their focus on performance, accountability and efficient service delivery as part of efforts to accelerate national development and meet citizens' expectations.
Senior government officials, including chief executive officers, board chairpersons from various public entities, are gathered in Mashingo for a 3-day Public Entities 2026 Performance Contracts Validation Workshop organized by the Corporate Governance Unit in the Office of the President and Cabinet. The meeting is aimed at strengthening performance management and improving service delivery by public entities.
What we're trying to do is to infuse performance culture across the public sector with the objective of enhancing their financial performance as well as ensuring that public entities provide efficient service delivery to our citizenry.
A number of presentations were made focusing on public entities' expected contribution to National Development Strategy 2, public sector governance and evaluation process for public entities.
Our performance management evaluation aims to rate performance based on evidence. We always ask for the V11. Understanding the factors and conditions underlying the performance levels, sharing responses to performance implementation challenges, drawing lessons from contract performance implementation.
If we do not know what the citizens want, how do we serve them? We can't. So that will result in poor service delivery. Outdated enabling legislation. If we don't have that, if we have outdated legislation, how do we ensure rule of law as part of public sector governance?
Some of the participants applauded the performance contracts validation program for ensuring improved transparency in the public sector.
We are happy that there's this reflection in terms of the performance contracts and all. From where we sit as a regulator, financial prudence in terms of value for money is now becoming very critical. So the discussions in there are making sense in the sense that when they are setting their targets, it's not just a tick box, but we are talking of issues of sustainability.
The key takeaways mostly is to be transparent and to make sure that you implement or walk the talk, what you have strategized, what you have planned, make sure you implement it and make sure you achieve.
President Emerson Mnangagwa is on record saying performance of public entities can be enhanced by proper performance management, formulation of corporate strategies in line with the National Vision 2030 and NDS2, effective capital raising and disciplined capital allocation. Ms. Matina, ZBC News, Mashingo.
Well, the government has assured traders at CSO Industrial Complex in Bari who lost property in a fire incident last week that they will continue to build sustainable and safe working spaces for small and medium entrepreneurs.
The Deputy Minister of Women Affairs, Community Development and Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Honorable Kiven Mutimbanyoka, was at Mbare's CSO Industrial Complex this Monday after a fire incident which destroyed equipment and machines worth tens of thousands of dollars. The fire also destroyed finished products and key raw materials, leaving scores of entrepreneurs stranded.
So moto uyu takazongosvikawo kuno ari makuseni kungono zvinhu zvese zvapera kutsva, maorders emakastoma mazhinji machirata andatenga whatever mafomu rubbers yese akapera kutsva.
Tichakatsva panapa pane macomplex ataishandisa panapa nematerials, mafomu rubber nemasofa nematables nemaheadboard nemabhesi nezvimwe zvemakastoma zvangu zviri panapa zvakangotsva panapa zvekutoti hey makastoma acho toshiya zotomaudza sei vamwe vari kuzvitambira apa. Zvimwe zvinhu tandatotenga mamaterials ese zvanga zvapa ground, zvimwe tandatogadzira zvatopera, saka zvinhu izvozvo zvinofanira kuda kureplace nesu, but mari yekuti tizvireplace kahwane inogona kutinetsa.
As a long-term intervention, Honorable Mutimbanyoka noted that government is already putting in place durable and safe working structures.
As government, we saddened by this development. What really transpired here, we came, number one, to commiserate with our people, to actually engage them, to show them our commitment as government that we care and we are for them and we will always support them in every way, in every other aspect, in terms of everything that they actually need by way of assistance, given that they've lost quite a lot.
Honorable Mutimbanyoka also encouraged the traders to formalize their operations for them to join micro-insurance schemes so that they are compensated in the event of a loss. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
Government is prioritizing formerly marginalized areas in the civil service recruitment process, with the Zimbabwe National Army announcing a provincial quota system. This was revealed by Commander Zimbabwe National Army Lieutenant General Asha Walter Tafumanei in an interview with ZBC News during a pass-out parade in Bulawayo last Friday.
Recruitment yedu inotarisa nyika yese. Hatitore kunzvimbo 1. Tinotora kuma rural provinces ari 8. Hatina kota yeBulawayo neHarare because hakuna munhu ane kumusha kuHarare kana kuBulawayo. Saka tinotora kuma rural provinces nekuti ndo kune madzimambo, ndo kune vanhu. Saka tinge tiine yatinoti quota system, kuti tinotora nhamba yakainzana kubva kuprovince neprovince neprovince. Ndosaka maona kuti kana ndati example yeBinga, mufananidzo wandapa weBinga, aita number 3 pakosi mwana wekuBinga. Tinokurudzira kuti tipinde ikoko kuya kuti akuendwe nevakawanda, kunotora vana ivavo kuti tivatrene vachidzokerawo kunosumudzira nzvimbo dzavo.
Right. The trial of Prophetic Healing and Deliverance Ministries leader Walter Magaya was facing 4 charges of rape and had a false start today after the state applied for the matter to be heard at a victim-friendly court, arguing the victims are vulnerable persons.
The proceedings commenced this Monday here at the Harare Magistrates Court, with the state making an application for the proceedings to be heard away from the public at the victim-friendly court. The state argued that the witnesses are vulnerable and traumatized, hence it will be difficult for them to give evidence facing the accused. However, Magaya, through his legal team led by Mr. Admire Rubaya, argued that such an application is a violation of law. Rubaya also argued that considering the age of the witnesses, they cannot be intimidated by the nature of the proceedings. The court, however, ruled in favor of the state, allowing the proceedings to be heard in the victim-friendly court and away from the public to protect the alleged victims. Mr. Rubaya still indicated that he will file at the Constitutional Court, arguing that there are constitutional breaches. The matter was then deferred to this Tuesday to give defense time to file the charges related to incidents that reportedly occurred between 2016 and 2023, involving 4 complainants. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
From the courts, we take a break. Join us with business after this break.
When shopping, Zinks counts every cent, so he pays for groceries, not bags, because bags are not groceries. If smart choices mean a great deal to you, get a Dunked Crunch Burger, 1-piece original recipe chicken, small chips, and a 330ml drink for only $8.50. Now, that's how you box clever.
The Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training, in collaboration with the Zimbabwe Youth Council, invites all youths to the 2026 National Youth Day commemorations on the 21st of February. This year's celebrations will take place at Igava Training Center in Marondera, Mashonaland East Province, under the theme Youth Agenda for Transformation. His Excellency, the President of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, will grace the celebrations as the guest of honor. The event will feature a number of activities, including exhibitions, job fair, youth service in Zimbabwe graduates drill displays, music and dance performances, and much more. All youths are invited to join us and engage in this monumental event. Don't miss out. Be there and be inspired. Hashtag Empower the Youth, Secure the Future.
Great Zimbabwe University is excited to announce that applications are now open for the March 2026 intake. In addition to previously advertised programs, GZU is introducing a range of new degrees designed to meet today's evolving industry demands. New undergraduate programs include Agricultural Economics, Environmental Health, Applied GIS and Earth Observation, Climate Science, Design and Technology. Postgraduate level, new offerings include Public Management and Governance, Wildlife Law and Policy, Data Science, Agronomy. Apply online at www.gzu.ac.zw or visit the admissions office at the main campus or the GZU Harare office at Zimdev House. Application fees are $10 for undergraduate and $20 for postgraduate programs. Closing date is Friday, 27 February 2026. Great Zimbabwe University. More programs, more opportunities.
Every day, millions of moments travel through the air. A call home, a payment made, a lesson learned, a life saved. But behind each moment is something steady, something quiet, unseen, unshaken, powering connection, supporting lives. This is Econet Infraco, Zimbabwe's largest private infrastructure group, comprising towers, power, and real estate. We build and operate the essential systems that hold the country together with scale, certainty, and purpose. We bring together 3 powerful engines of progress under one roof. Towers that carry the signal, clean energy that keeps it alive, and foundations that hold it all in one place. Because behind every connection every transaction, every step forward, there's a quiet force. Econet Infraco, built for resilience, designed for growth.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory with more because we got you. You get it? We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama. We got fun. We got more for everyone. With an upgrade on us, just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
And we get straight to business. Government has lined up a capital raising plan for small companies by establishing the Zimbabwe Entrepreneurship Exchange in order to facilitate full participation of emerging firms in the country's financial markets.
Owning a companies like this is not a choice, but a passion. It is within such a perspective that the government of Zimbabwe has seen it fit to come up with a market for the trading of shares, specifically for the small companies.
Most of the things we have here, we import them. So you need maybe 6 months for the machine to come and then another 6 months for installation before you produce. So if we could get money on the local market at a cheaper price, it would actually assist us.
Musika uyu uchatiita kuti tive vanhu vanorecognizwa tikwanise kutengesa zvigadzirwa zvedu pasi rose uye zvichange zvakachipa zvichionekwa nevanhu vese.
We always have been yearning for a platform that would afford small business and small companies an opportunity to showcase what they can do, but not only that, an opportunity to be able to go out and be able to attract capital.
According to regulatory authorities such as the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange, a medium-sized company is the one that employs between 40 to 75 employees, boasting a net asset base of around $2 million with an annual turnover ranging between $1 million to $2 million. The Zimbabwe Stock Exchange Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Justin Aboni, explains
for you to come and raise money, you have to be, the minimum requirement is $10 million. That's how big you have to be. And also you need about 300 shareholders. That makes it very difficult for companies to come and raise money on our platform. So what we want to do is then reduce that amount that's required for you to come and list.
This commitment by small companies to produce and invest in machinery is reflecting their commitment to continue growing to the extent that the establishment of the Zimbabwe Entrepreneurship Exchange will go a long way in terms of ensuring that they get access to funding. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
All right, let's take a look at the arts today, marking 5 years since the death of one of our loved creatives in the music space. His name was Soldier Love. Well, our news crew was in Bari today to reflect on the life that was.
Here in Vare, the music of Soldier Love was more than just entertainment. It was a voice of a community. His lyrics spoke of daily struggles, hope and resilience. And 5 years on, his impact is still felt.
Mukomana akatori nechaunga chevanhu vakawandisa chodo pambacho kana chichiita mashows zvakafanana nemucomplex maitopinda bhizi yekuti apinde padhoo chaipo chaipapo pasingapindike nevanhu.
Soldier Love chaitigone chichibaba.
Those who know him well fondly remember one of his popular chants, Taina Shina Shautang. We managed to link up with Shautang, the man behind popular songs such as Pamamonya Ipapo.
Munhu anogona kuve somusaka
somusaka ndisomusaka and atiranga inaro inina andisandamboona munhu ngane atraki uchimuridza bit aitotanga kufunga angafunga tokoti roughly kusvika 5 minutes achingoteerera instrument asingataure uzobva kuti batisa mike utongoya pamike and that time iyoyo unofanira kugara watobaya record because mukangoputsana naye ari kubva zvaanga achibva kuimba achazvidzokorodza. Kune song yaiti inini handinyare ndizvokazvandi ndino kuti akatochemawo achitoimba song yaaimba ndiye.
Upcoming artists including Chipoko Chesauro, Junior Spraga and Bulengende carry a style which echo his signature sound, proving that his influence shapes the present and the future of the genre. With a discography that inspired fans and artists alike, Soldier Love, born Saul Musaka, died on the 16th of February in 2021 at the age of 31 and was conferred with a Liberation War hero status, cementing his status as one of Zimbabwe's iconic musicians. Patience Nyagato, CBC News, Harare.
Well, that is our look at the arts. When we come back, we look at sport with Lawrence.
Fire Net 1. Every $10 recharge brings you closer to amazing prizes including smart TVs, cell phones, and the grand prize solar kit. See Net 1 online platforms for details.
Feel the vibe. Enjoy. See Enjoy.
Terms and conditions apply. Net 1. The world in one.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory with more because we got you.
You get it?
You know that. We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama. We got fun. Crazy. We got more for everyone with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Good evening and thank you so much for joining us on Sports News this evening as we get to give you what has been happening through the day. My name is Lawrence Trusira. We start off with cricket where there is good news where Zimbabwe need to beat Ireland this Tuesday to progress to the Super 8 stage of the ICC T20 World Cup following Australia's 2 wickets defeat to host Sri Lanka.
The result has reshaped the qualification picture and placed the Chevrons firmly in control of their own destiny. The Chevrons face Ireland on Tuesday before concluding their Group B campaign with a clash against host Sri Lanka on Thursday. Sri Lanka now top Group B with 6 points and have already secured qualification to the Super 8 stage. Zimbabwe sits second on 4 points from 2 matches. Australia and Ireland both have 2 points, but have played a game more, while Oman remain anchored at the bottom of the standings without a single point. Elsewhere in the tournament, India, England, West Indies, and South Africa are already assured of progressing to the Super 8 stage. Victory on Tuesday will automatically guarantee qualification to the Super 8 for the Chevrons. However, on adverse results, will leave them needing to beat Sri Lanka in their final group match.
At this point in time, there are no stronger words than a go, Chevrons, a go. And we'll move on to football, where Bulawayo Giants are heading for an exciting times under the era of a new coach, that is Benjani Mwarwaru, after lifting the Jairus Jiri Charity Cup.
New sheriff in town, Benjani Mwarwaru, had a grand entry into the city, beating Old Foes Dynamos 1-0 in a match which also gave him a huge endorsement from the fans. The fans are now rallying behind Benjani Mwaruwari's technical team.
Engakutsho mina njengomgijimi webhoso isapoti elikhulu ngithi hayi uBenji siyamyamukela iCV yakhe it have been approved.
Kokani kuya kwamadubelane ukuya kwamadubela phana ekobulawa laphana abe kuhlola uthi lonyaka hayi team yachaya.
Khangelela ukuthi khona this time ingadlala kuhle isenze nje sibe happy always.
Watching Highlanders has been Benjani Mwaruwari's dream. When the opportunity came, Benjani Mwaruwari had no option but to just grab the opportunity with his two hands.
Not even to come back to and work in Zimbabwe, the opportunity to come and coach Highlanders. I've been a junior here, I'm from Bulawayo, so these opportunities, they don't come always. So if you get that opportunity, you need to grab it.
Highlanders last tested championship glory in 2006 under Metembe Ndlovu. They have hired foreigners in a bid to shed off the championship jinx, but to no avail. Perhaps Benjani Mwaruwari's combination together with former Highlanders legends Zenzo Moyo and Mkokeli Dube may bring the desired results. Mthokozisi Dube, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
So, Bozo, just returning to the tried and tested roots of having your own sons at the bench. Let's wait and see if that will also bring the results. And moving on, Zimbabwean triathlete Andy Capers is set to begin her Olympic qualification journey at the Bonacqua Triathlon Africa Cup set for Trotback in Nyanga next month.
The United States-based athlete says the Trotback race will mark the official start of a road to the 2028 Olympic Games after the release of the new Olympic qualification criteria. Capers has already dominated the under-23 competitions locally and regionally, but she is now moving to the elite women race.
I'm so excited to be coming back to Zim to race at the African Cup in Troutbeck. With the new Olympic criteria having recently been released, Troutbeck will be my opening race to my 2028 Olympic campaign. This feels like a full circle moment to me because Troutbeck was essentially where my triathlon career began. When I was 13 years old, I had the dream to race elite at Troutbeck, and to now be standing on the start line, competing to qualify my country for a spot at the 2028 Olympic Games feels surreal. But I couldn't think of a better way to start my season in front of a home crowd.
The Zimbabwean triathlete is coming off a strong continental showing, having finished fourth in the elite women's race at the 2025 African Games. Capers is part of the 9 Zimbabwean athletes on the Olympic Solidarity Scholarship. Meanwhile, the 2026 Bonacqua Africa Triathlon Cup will be officially launched this Tuesday in Harare.
Just hoping that Capers they can just transform her 2025 form into the Olympic qualification season. And moving on, rising star Zach Smith was named the country's top judoka at an awards ceremony held this Sunday. The teenager was on top of his game last year, scooping medals at regional and continental championships. The 17-year-old is delighted with the honor as he hopes to make the grade for the Youth Olympics slated for Dakar later this year.
It feels good, especially knowing all the hard work that I put in with sport, balancing sport, school and my social life. Especially going into my AS year, which is one of the hardest years. It's been quite difficult to balance, so it feels very nice being recognized. One of my biggest dreams is to compete for judo in Japan. I'm hoping to go to Japan at the end of this year for a 8-month training camp. And then also, of course, every judoka's dream is to go to the Olympics. So that's probably my biggest goal.
Zach Smith, they're being named as Zimbabwe's best judoka for 2025, and that puts a wrap on sports news. Remember, tomorrow the chevrons are in action against Ireland, rather in Sri Lanka, and let's just rally on the boys to make sure that they qualify for the Super 8. And that is all for sports news this evening. It's now time for the weather.
And it's time for today's edition of the Weather Report and Forecast. We had
Acid thunderstorms throughout the country, and the highest of which was in Goromonzi, where 100 millimeters of precipitation was recorded this morning, followed by Kanyemba with 60 millimeters, Henderson at 34, and Mutoko at 26 millimeters. Meanwhile, tropical cyclone Gezani has moved further southwards of the Indian Ocean and is expected to cause no more havoc to Zimbabwe or any other areas surrounding Zimbabwe there. But we had some moisture coming in from the northern parts of the continent, which led to some acid thunderstorms over the northern parts of the country. This same moisture is expected to cause cloudy conditions over the country on Tuesday, but on Wednesday we are only expecting the northern areas to be active as the ITCZ sets into Zimbabwe. Thursday and Friday again we expect the same conditions, that is raining over the north and a little bit of sunny conditions over the southern parts of the country. In terms of our temperatures, we're expecting them to be a little bit lower. In the morning, we're expecting them to range between 12 and 20 degrees Celsius, with the lowest being over the center watershed and the eastern highlands, while it's our valleys, we have values in the range 17 to 20. In terms of our maximums, again, we're expecting them to be subdued due to the cloud system that is expected tomorrow, and the highest will only be 29 over Kariba. For our detailed focus of our major cities and holiday resort areas, we have cloudy conditions throughout the forecast week with precipitation chances from Wednesday going forwards. Matobo again will be cloudy throughout the weekend. Temperatures won't go above 29 and precipitating from Thursday going forwards. Gwanda again the same situation, partly cloudy conditions and temperatures going up to around 31. Gweru raining throughout the forecast week. Masingo again cold and raining for the greater part of the week. Mutare again cool and raining for the greater part of the week. The same is expected for Nyanga and Marondera. Again, we have the same situation. Temperatures not going beyond 25. Harare again, cooler conditions are expected, and it should be raining, especially on Thursday and Friday. Kadoma again, particularly conditions are expected on Thursday, but generally cloudy conditions are expected throughout the forecast week. The same is expected for Chinhoyi. Victoria Falls again, temperatures won't go beyond 27, and it will be precipitating throughout the forecast week. The same is Lupane. In Bindura, we're expecting cloudy conditions throughout the weekend. Temperatures won't go beyond 26 degrees Celsius. Kariba, partly cloudy conditions up to Thursday, but should be precipitating from Friday going onwards as the ITZ says. In now Zimbabwe, this is all we had for you in this edition of the Weather Report and Focus. Remember to stay safe and enjoy the rest of the viewing.
Well, that was the way of the weather, and the main news team is done for tonight. We're back tomorrow.
Good night.